Howdy, guys. It's your boy, Alternative Voice again. I just wanted to let you all know that just because you're a gun owner or somebody else is a gun owner does not make them pro Second Amendment. It's just that simple. Biden owns not one, but two shotguns. And I can sit, and he's pretty anti Second Amendment. Then again, so is Trump. See, the problem is that a lot of these guys are typically hunters or police officers or things like that. Hunters, that to them, they're pro 2A because they own a gun and for hunting. But the reality is that the Second Amendment was not written for hunting. It was written to defend against tyranny. And is an AR a weapon of war? Hell yes, it is. Is an AK-47 a weapon of war? Yes, it is. Is an SKS a weapon of war? Yes, it is. But so is a Glock. So is a Sig Sauer. So is an M1911. So is a Beretta 92FS. Those service pistols are all in use by militaries around the world. And it's just, when the Founding Fathers wrote the Second Amendment, they intended for us to have frickin' cannons in our barns, okay? A cannon is obviously a weapon of war. And an AR-15 is a weapon of war. It's just that simple. And because, a 30-round magazine, come on. That gun was made for fighting in combat. And quite frankly, combat means killing people. Bad people, of course. But, you see, to people who hunt, a gun is just recreation, not a defensive item. And for anyone who thinks, I don't believe a civilian should be able to have a weapon like that, fuck you. You see, the thing is like, a lot of people would argue that, there is no way that a bunch of rebels could defeat the U.S. military. Well, guess what? It's been done. The Viet Cong did it. The Viet Cong and the NVA did it. The Taliban did it. And it's not just limited to the U.S. Hezbollah did it in Lebanon in the 80s. The Afghans and the Chechens did it to the Soviet Union and then to Russia. It's been done. Hell, our whole country, this entire nation, the United States of America, was founded by a bunch of guerrillas, a bunch of well-armed civilian guerrillas. And, we had the Continental Army, but we also had a shit ton of militia. And, back when the Second Amendment was written, a populace that was equally armed as the government was considered just and fair. Nowadays, we're told civilians are too well armed, when we've got a military, and worse yet, a police force armed with APCs, and tanks, and aircraft, and shit like that. And in the event of a government crackdown like this, the military will not be the primary enemy. It will be law enforcement. That is the opinion of the Yankee Marshal, and I agree with his opinion completely. See, the thing is, people assume that just because you do something, it automatically makes you one way or the other. And that's not true. Were the slave masters back before the Civil War, were they racist? Oh, hell yes. but a lot of them were quite willing to have sex with black women. And a lot of people would assume that just because they had jungle fever didn't mean they weren't racist. Well, I got news for you. It didn't. And, it's just, and, what we need to do is we need to protect our Second Amendment. And for those of us who support the Second Amendment, we don't need to just stay on the defensive. We need to go on the offensive politically. And I'm not advocating violence. We need to demand that things like the ban on semi-automatic weapons be lifted. We need to get gun rights for convicted felons who have already served their time. Things like that. You can't win a war simply by staying on the defensive. You have to go on the offensive. And, it's like, anyway, I, hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be good, y'all.